What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But we're coming back today. Had a decent day with the Wraparound yesterday. We split 3-3. Had some nice plus money payers, but we're still here to make some even more profit. So we've got a 7-game card to look at today. A lot of sports on the docket today, but we're going to make some ice cold hard cash with the NHL. You guys know the drill. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game comes to us from Scotiabank Arena, where the Toronto Maple Leafs take on the Ottawa Senators. And these Battle of Ontario matchups can be a little bit tricky because it's a rivalry game. These two teams obviously don't like each other, but the thing is that although this line looks a little bit light and it keeps trending towards the Ottawa Senators, I'm still sticking with the Maple Leafs because I feel the Maple Leafs are still in just a better spot from a talent perspective right now. You know, sure, the Ottawa Senators picked up a win over Boston in Boston a couple days ago, but this Ottawa team is still just 2-5 on the road this season, while Toronto 7-2 at home. And like I said, the Leafs I feel are just, in better form right now. Winners of 3 straight. The Leafs are going to be on the back-to-back with tomorrow's game in Washington, but I see the Leafs and I see the goaltending starting to level out. Joseph Woll finally giving the Leafs some stability that they were hoping to get from him early in the season before he got injured, and then when he came back, he was a little bit shaky, but now he's given that solid performance. And you got Anthony Stolarz, who's been playing well enough to be the number one. So give me the Maple Leafs here at -135. Now we head to Madison Square Garden, where the New York Rangers take on the Winnipeg Jets in arguably the game of the night between two of the best teams in the NHL. And I know it's a little bit, you got to think that maybe there's something up here. The Winnipeg Jets are catching plus money here in this spot, but I got to go with the Winnipeg Jets still. I keep saying it until I have a reason to go against the Winnipeg Jets, I'm not going to. I'm sure Igor Shesterkin would love to come back and put forth a decent enough effort to bounce back from the last time we saw him, where he gave up 5 goals and got pulled against the Buffalo Sabres. Didn't get the chance to make amends in the next start as Jonathan Quick got the nod against the Detroit Red Wings. But I still think that, while I do like Shesterkin, there have been times over the course of his career where he gets rocked and then he comes back in his next start and those issues don't go away right away. They take a couple of games for them to be worked out of his system. Winnipeg, they keep finding ways to get the job done regardless of the opponent, home and away. The Jets are still 6-0 on the road this season. Until I have a reason to go against them, I'm going to keep riding it. Give me the Winnipeg Jets at plus money. Now we head to the Amerant Bank Arena, where the Florida Panthers take on the New Jersey Devils. And the Devils just continue to be inconsistent. They go from winning 3 games in a row to even being on a back-to-back for me. I know it's part of what goes into it, but it's still no excuse to being shut out in a 1-0 loss to the San Jose Sharks of all teams. The Florida Panthers won 7 in a row. They keep on rolling. They've won 6 of the last 8 meetings with the Devils, including 8 of the last 11 in Florida. I tell you, this is just a bad spot, I think, for the New Jersey Devils. I know it's tempting to see the Devils with the talent on that roster and to think that maybe they could be worth some value at plus money, but I'm going to go with the Florida Panthers here to get the job done on home ice. Now we head to the Enterprise Center, where the St. Louis Blues take on the Boston Bruins. And, this is a tricky matchup because both these teams have been inconsistent. The Boston Bruins have had their issue on the road this season where they are just 2-4-1. The Blues, like I said, they continue to run hot and cold. They've, lost 3 straight, then they won back-to-back games. Now they've lost back-to-back games after being crushed by Washington 8-1 at home in their last matchup. But I think I'm just going to go back to the St. Louis Blues here, mainly because it's where the plus money is. And, the Boston Bruins, like I said, are still just 2-4-1 on the road, while the Blues are a 500 team at home. And Boston, if you go back even a little bit further, this is a team that's dropped 3 of their last 4 on the road against some, lesser opposition. They got shut out by the Leafs. Not to say it's lesser opposition. I'm saying they got shut out by the Leafs. They did beat the Flyers when they got blown out by the Carolina Hurricanes and shut out by the Nashville Predators. I think it's just worth a lean here to take a look at the Blues here at plus 130. Now we head to Rogers Place, where the Edmonton Oilers take on the New York Islanders. And, another tricky matchup here because I can understand why the Oilers would be favored at home, and the New York Islanders are a team that I still have trouble, trying to find any sort of consistency with. But that being said, despite Edmonton being able to win some games here or there, this is still a team that's just 5-5 in their last 10 games. The Islanders are 4-6, but they've been able to pick up a couple of road wins in their last couple of tries. And I just think this is a game where the line should be closer than minus 220 and plus 180. So just based on line value, I got to go with the Islanders here plus the goal and a half. I'm putting a little bit on the money line at plus 180. I just think the Islanders have good goaltending in Sorokin and Varlamov. And while, the Oilers do have the more trustworthy offense, like I said, sometimes good goaltending can negate that. We saw that with the Sharks against the Devils. So give me the New York Islanders here plus 1.5 and a sprinkle on the money line as well, plus 180. Now we had to climb at Pledge Arena for a matchup between the Seattle Kraken and the Columbus Blue Jackets. And, I keep wanting to get back on track with the Columbus Blue Jackets to be able to hop on and try to find some value. But just being realistic, it's not coming right now. I mean, the Columbus Blue Jackets have lost 5 in a row. They've scored 2 goals or less in 6 straight games. And, they're still just 1-4-2 on the road this season. If we were catching this kind of price with Columbus at home, maybe we could have a chat about it. But even though Seattle isn't playing much better, they, do have just a near 500 record at home this season. Head to head, the Kraken have won each of the last 4 meetings between these two teams. And while, like I said, I don't love this price, I don't love this game, it's probably my least favorite game on the board. I would tread very lightly if you're going to bet this one. I would lean towards the Kraken just because they're at home, but I'm probably not betting this one, to be perfectly honest. Our final game on Tuesday's card takes us to Rogers Arena, where the Vancouver Canucks take on the Calgary Flames. And it was in this same building on opening night where, the Calgary Flames went into Vancouver and took down the Vancouver Canucks just over a month ago. And to be honest, I think we could see something similar here because this is a Calgary Flames team that has been ultra competitive in a lot of their recent games over the last, week and a half, basically since the start of November. They've gone 3-3. But 2 of those losses came in overtime in a shootout. The one loss came to Edmonton in a game that finished 4-2, where the Edmonton Oilers iced it with an empty and won on the puck line with 3 seconds to go on an empty netter. So this is, like I said, a Calgary team has been highly competitive. Vancouver's coming off a game against Edmonton where they just gave up 7 goals, and the Vancouver Canucks are just 1-2-3, so basically 1-5 at home this season. They've lost 3 straight at home as well, by a combined score of 17-6. I think it's worth taking a shot here on the Flames at plus 180, or at least sprinkling something on the plus 1.5. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to pickdawgz.com. Click the premium picks tab at the top of the page. Got plenty on the board for today's action. Got some NHL in there for long-term subscribers. Mostly college hoops and NBA for me today. But we're still going to be out there to make some money. So make sure you jump on a daily package or hop on something long-term. Get the most bang for your buck, especially with everything in full swing now. But whatever you choose to do, remember, use the promo code PICK at checkout for an additional 15% off your purchase. Thanks for watching. See you guys.